Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akbat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Don't Be So Obsessed with Money That You Lose Your Path. All right. So, talking about money earlier, and just word money came up in the head, and I said, you know what? Let's do we haven't done a lesson on, money and, covetous type stuff in a minute. So we might as well go and do it, since the word popped into my head. So I was like, all right, let's go and do it. So it's pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, as from the title says, don't be so obsessed with money that you lose your path. All right. So there are many stumbling blocks, all right, that you could fall into, and money just happens to be one of them, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and start up with Matthew 19 and 21 and down through 24. All right, just to kind of get us in the vibe, the mode, right? So Matthew 19 and 21 through 24. All right, and this is a prime example of not why you should not be so involved in money that you really lose your true calling, your purpose, man. Okay, we're first and foremost in this. The whole reason we're here is to serve the Lord. Okay, and we're here to be waking up. It's not about the hustle or hustle culture or having a bunch of money. Now, is it good to have a little bit of money so you can go do things? Of course, and that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being obsessed, all right, with money, and we're actually going to go grab that in the etymology online. Let me actually go back here. Messed it all up. All right, so let's go and get that word obsessed. What I meant to do is go over here. We'll open it up here in a minute. We'll get the scripture first. So Matthew 19, 21 through 24, it says, Yahushua said unto him, if that will be perfect, go. Actually, matter of fact, we'll read up a little bit higher. Let's see, right here, let's see, well, I guess pretty much right where we want it. Pretty much have it. Let's go over here though, and we'll change this over. We'll go one up. We'll go from 20, right? So Matthew 19, 20 through 24, it says, the young man, and that's who's the talking point of this scripture right here, is this young man that Yahushua is speaking to. In verse 20, Matthew 19 and 20, it says, the young man saith unto him, all these things I have kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Yahushua said unto him, if thou will be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. So stop, all right there. So so this young man, okay, had all these things, all right, and he's asking, what am I lacking? Okay. And the Lord tells him if he wants to be perfect, that he should go, and if he wants to really do what's right, and be perfect, that he should go and sell all the things that he has, because at the end of the day, they don't mean anything, right? It says, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. So he's saying, get rid of these things, all right, because these are just earthly treasures, all right? And if you get rid of these, you can have heavenly treasures, all right? Spiritual treasures, okay? And you can come and follow me, okay? So in verse 22, the young man responds. Verse 22, it says, but when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. He had a lot of different things, okay? And so he went away. He could have, he had the opportunity to follow Yahushua and be with Yahushua and have treasures in heaven, but he decided that it was much better for him to have all of his stuff, all right? All of his things, Nowadays it would be your Xboxes and your PlayStations and your flat screen TVs and your cars, right? All these different things. And we do like them, all right? But at the end of the day, if Yahushua was right in front of us and said, hey, get rid of these things and come follow me, Lord willing, we have to say Lord willing, we would just get rid of that stuff and go and follow Yahweh Shai. Okay, and we always say Lord willing because you never know what type of spirit could be on us. So we say Lord willing, we would do those things. We can't be 100% assured. Okay, it's just like when you can't say 100%, I'm not going to take that chip. Now, Lord willing, we don't take that chip. Okay, but we're not the Lord at the end of the day. We don't know what's in store for us. Hopefully, Lord willing, we don't take that. All right, all of us. All right. So that's why you gotta say Lord willing. All right, because it's all what the Lord wills, not what we will. It has nothing to do with us. This is the Lord's story, not ours. Right. So in this situation, Lord willing, we would have sold our stuff. All right, and said, we don't need this. I'd rather follow the Lord. Right. Lord willing, that would be the what's the word? That'd be the right thing to do. Okay. So this young man, though, he wanted all of his stuff. He spent his whole life acquiring these things, and he said, no, I have all these. No, I want these things. I spent my whole life getting these things. I'm just gonna have them. I'm gonna keep them, right? And he went away from the Lord because of that. It says in verse 23, then said Yahushua unto his disciples. All right, Yahushua used this as a learning tool, learning lesson. All right, he spoke to his disciples. Said, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So it's easier for a camel to go into the eye of a needle. Now, you know how hard that is to do? That's damn near impossible. Pretty much impossible if you really want to do it. Now, nothing's impossible to the Lord. If you wanted to shove a camel through an eye of a needle, he could absolutely do it. But it's something that man would not be able to accomplish. Okay, so it's easier for that to happen than for a rich man to enter in the kingdom of Yahweh. Okay, that's why all these people, oh yeah, look, Kanye's a brew. He's a brew. That term brew. He's a Hebrew Israelite. No, he's not a Hebrew Israelite. He knows of the Hebrew Israelites. Right? He knows that he's an Israelite, but he's not by technical definition, he is a Hebrew Israelite, but he's not only through bloodline, right? He's not spiritually being one, all right? And there's a scripture that talks about let's get Romans 2:29. It says Romans 2:28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh. So just because he portray, I'm Jew, I'm an Israelite. He doesn't, and hardly he really doesn't. He mentioned Judah and some other things. He knows, but he doesn't really fully understand. He doesn't have any of the deep knowledge. It says in verse 29, but he is a Jew which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh. So it's not, and Kanye's praise is still of men, because he doubled down and keep a few Jews on the staff now, won't back down, all these different songs. He said he watched 21 Jump Street, and now he feels sorry that he was prejudiced against Jewish people. Kanye didn't change, all right? He has his faith. He had a phase where he was Christian. He was going up on these hills and white garments and doing Kanye's preaching time and all this weird stuff, man. So he doesn't know what he is or who he is. Kanye's mentally ill, man. He's sick in the head. All right, he's an excellent artist, all right, with some of the stuff that he does. I like some of his stuff. Some of his stuff's hot garbage, but some of his stuff's pretty good. And he's still in the world, man. He's got his new album, Vulture's got a picture of his girl's ass right on the cover. And I like the album, but damn, I'm trying to listen to music sometimes without seeing a picture of your wife's ass, man. So do you think he's in this truth? He's not in this truth. He'd much rather bring back Yeezys up and stay out in the world with his money gold and his chains and his bitches and hoes and all these different things. He'd rather stay out there than be in this truth. Okay? And that going back into Matthew 19, and so it's not about what with Romans, finishing up with Romans 2 and 28 and 29. It's not enough to just say, I'm an Israelite and then move on. It's not what it is. You have to be one inwardly. Okay, it's not just, I know I'm an Israelite, that's it, and I move on. No, it's I know I'm an Israelite, now I'm going to change. I'm going to put off the old man and put on the new. I'm going to start calling upon Yahweh Shemiao Shai. I'm going to start teaching. I'm going to start doing better. I'm going to start, trying to keep these laws, right? even though they're not going to save you, but breaking them will kill you. All right. It's about respect. All right. Respect with the Lord, reverence. That's why we keep these laws. Well, you don't have to keep the law. You're right. Well, technically, yes and no, right? We're not under the law in the fact that we have to keep the law perfectly. All right. But we have to keep it to the best of our ability because it's a respect thing. And I know that you don't understand what respect is. All right. But we try to have as much respect for the Lord as we possibly can. Do we fall short sometimes? Absolutely. We're not perfect. All right, but we try to at least, show the Lord, respect as much as we can. And we're going to fuck up, all right, from time to time. We're going to go off and be wicked from time to time. But it's not something as so big as, oops, I accidentally drove to the store and accidentally got a pack of Black & Milds, and I accidentally went home, or no, not Black & Milds. I accidentally went to the store. Yeah, we'll use those as well. Got a pair of a pack of Black & Milds and a pack of Newport 100s. Oops, I accidentally bought some Swisher Sweets, and I accidentally went by the dealer's house and bought a bag of weed, and I accidentally went home and accidentally busted open those blunt wraps and accidentally rolled my weed up in there and accidentally smoked them and finished it off with smoking a Black & Mild and a Newport 100. Oops. No, that's not a mistake, man. A mistake, we make mistakes, and I can't give you necessarily an example of certain mistakes that we make. Sometimes you might order something that accidentally has pork in it. All right, that's a mistake. Sometimes you might go and be looking at a woman and all of a sudden her man comes around the corner. That's a mistake. All right, you don't mean to do it. You're not purposely looking on a married woman. You're not purposely ordering pork, but it ends up happening and you feel sorrowful and bad for it. There's certain things like that where we go off. Sometimes, with faith, we fall short on faith. All right, we fall short and end up doubting sometimes. All right, through the certain things that we go through. We don't mean to do it. It just happens, right? So it's and we're not going to be perfect, but the ultimate goal is to offend less. All right, as the scriptures say, offend less. Okay, so we can't just do whatever we want to. So we got to go and get offend less now too. This is right here, Ecclesiastes 17:25. Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sin. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. Does it say offend none, never ever? No, because that would be impossible, and the Lord doesn't put impossible tasks on us. All right, some people act like, well, what we're involved in is such an impossible thing, and it's not. It's not something that's super impossible. It's not. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's not difficult either. I won't say it's difficult. I'll say, can it be challenging? Absolutely. All right, but it's not as difficult as people make it out to be, and it's definitely not as easy as some people make it out to be. All right, it is challenging. All right, and that's really what holds back a lot of people in this truth is that challenge. They don't want to be challenged. All right, they want everything to be, smooth. They want recessed learning. They want it to be easy. They don't want to come into something where they really don't have to change themselves. Okay, so, and Kanye's all in that mindset of money. You think he doesn't care about this truth. He doesn't care about the Lord. All right, he wouldn't call on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, he'd probably call on some bug out name or JC. Okay, but we use Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai over here because those are the correct names, the Father and the Son. So the Father's name being Yahweh and the Son's name being Yahweh Shai, of course. So you got to call on him. You can't reach the Father but through the Son, so you have to say Bahashem, which means in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the Father in the name of the Son. So, verse 20. Actually, we'll skip down to 23 again. It says, Matthew 19:23. Then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So that's why, the money will absolutely hold you back. It will absolutely hold you back, and I'm not saying, having no money, all right, because, there's a scripture, something along these lines. I can't remember how it was worded. Here it is, Proverbs 30:9. So you want to be right in the middle, right? It says, verse 8. It says, Proverbs 30:8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. So you don't want to be poor, all right? And you don't want to be rich. You want to just be all right. All right, you want to be all right. Okay, and for most of us brothers in this truth, we're doing all right. All right, we have enough money to go and do a little something if we want to go and do something, but we don't have, we're not so poor that we have to, like almost damn near steal to get fed, or we starve to death. All right, and Barak the Halbash Meow Shai for that, to keep us in the middle, because we don't want to be super rich. And from time to time, yeah, we see them like, damn, it'd be nice to have that, some of these things that these rich people have. But at the end of the day, it'd be nice to have for a day, but that shit would get old, man. In this day, in this society, and it would only bring you further from Yahweh Meow Shai. And we don't want that, right? It says, so he was asking, move far from me vanity and lies, give me neither poverty nor riches, feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. So you don't want to be so rich that you say, I know I can do it for myself. I don't need the Lord, right? I'm self-made. You know how you see these rich people doing, I'm self-made. I got here myself. No one else helped me. I started from the bottom, made it to the top. All that type of shit, man. You don't want to be like that, because that'll bring you into pride, and the Lord will kill you for that. All right? And you don't want to be so poor that you're stealing, and why the Lord forsake me, and you're calling the Lord all types of names because you're in such a bad situation. You don't want to be on any sides of the extreme. You don't want to be in extreme riches, and you don't want to be in extreme poverty. It's always best to be in the middle with everything, okay? You don't want to be extremely full. You don't want to be extremely hungry, all right? You want to be super bored, all right, where you're like, damn, I don't have nothing to do. And you want to be super overstimulated, where you're like, fuck, your mind's all going all over the place and you don't know what to do. You want to be right in the middle, just entertained, right? You want to be fed. You want to have enough money. You don't want to go to any side of the extreme, man. You don't want to do that. It's just the same thing with weather, man. Do you want to be extreme cold? No. Do you want to be extreme heat? No. You just want nice weather, all right? And you got to be in the middle ground on all things, man. All right? You can't just go to extreme of something, okay? Of wanting to be overly rich, or you want to be overly poor. You think that, if I was really poor and I just quit my job and just sat in this hole all day, that would bring me closer to the Lord. I mean, maybe. But you'd also probably, that's too deep, and it'd probably end up sending you further astray, is what it would probably do. All right? So let's go and get, what is obsessed? All right? Going back, because we never got it. So obsess. What does it mean to obsess? Okay? It means to, obsession. We'll get the word obsession. It says action of besieging, obsession. It says blockade, blocking up. Okay? A hostile action of an evil spirit, like possession, but without the spirit actually inhabiting the body. Okay, so a hostile, like possession. Okay, so an idea or image that intrudes on the mind of a person against his will. That's an obsession. So it's really what it's saying here is it's almost really like a hostile action of an evil spirit, keeping you obsessed. All right, and that's an excellent example, man. Call Yahweh Meow Shai for that, because that obsession with money, it really is just a demonic spirit that's messing with you. Money. You can't think of anything else but money, or whatever you're obsessed with. All right, you're so obsessed with ass and getting some ass that you can't, function throughout the day. All right, it's anything like that, man. You don't want to be obsessed with anything. All right, except this truth. It's good to be obsessed with this truth and with Yahweh Meow Shai. All right, but even that can go to an extreme if you're doing it on the left-hand side. All right, I don't mean you can never be too involved with the Lord, but you can be obsessed so much with this truth that you end up like bugging out in some type of way, because you're not obsessed with the right things, you're obsessed with the wrong things, and you end up like one of these GOCC camps or whatever, and you're walking around waving a flag, oh, God is so good and great. Oh, I gotta wave a flag. What is waving a flag gonna do for the Lord? It's great to want to do things for the Lord, but you're so obsessed with whatever it is that you're obsessed with. I don't know if it's not necessarily this truth, or I don't know, image or fun, or I don't know what these people are really. I don't know what they're ultimately. I don't know. I don't want anything to do with them. I don't know anything about why GOCC does that shit. It's just that's a sign of being or trying to so obsessed with this truth. And listen, and I'm like I said, listen closely, because I'm not saying you're too involved, and there's no such thing as being too involved. All right, that's great to be involved, but I'm talking about too involved in a Hebrew Israelite persona. That's a better way to say it, and not involved in this truth, but Hebrew Israelite persona. You start thinking you got to wear fringes everywhere you go. You wrap your head up all super damn tight, and you never take it off. Not even in front of your husband. You're waving, jumping around, frolicking through a field with a flag, and all you do is look. That's another side of an extreme, man. Okay, that's another side of an extreme. And there's being, righteous and diligent in this truth and calling upon the Lord, Yahweh Shai Shai every single day, all right, and watching lessons and making lessons every single day, all right, and praying every single day. And then there's trying to do, that extra shit, which is borderline. You try to become so obsessed with, like I said, I don't want to bring the truth into it, but it's really, you think you're doing something, all right? You've become so obsessed that the Lord's really bugged you out, okay? And I hope I'm explaining that well, because I don't want, you can never be too involved in this ministry, but you can be too involved in like the image of being an Israelite, is what I mean to say. Okay, hope that's understandable. So you can never go too far for the Lord, right? So if you're on the right hand side, but all that stuff's about image. Okay, so Lord willing, I explained that well. I don't want to make the seem you're too far in the truth. No, there's no such thing. But they're too far into this image, all right, of Hebrew Israelism, that they do goofy things, like they put fringes on their cars and fringes on their dogs and all these. See, that's a sign of being too far into I don't even know what, because it's not something that truth tells you to do. It's not something the Bible tells you to do. It doesn't say anywhere to go put fringes on your dog. All right, fringes are a reminder of us and the Lord. All right, not what is a dog? What promises did the dog have with the Lord? It was never commanded to put fringes on your dog. It never said that. It never said put fringes on your fucking old beat up ass car. I was gonna say another car. It looked like what was it? Fucking oh man, what were those things called? I can't even remember. Never mind. Moving on. All right. So continuing on, we're gonna get we didn't even get it. This is Colossians 3:2. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. Okay, so your affection, your love should be things above, not on things on the earth, and money, and clothes, and hoes, and as the street teacher always says, and everything, man, anything, books and tables and furniture and different types of foods and trips and all these different things, and you can go and do those things. You can go and eat nice food. You can go and have a nice trip. Me and my wife just got done from one, and Barak the Halbash Meow Shai, we were allowed to do that. But if every single day is going on a vacation, all right, instead of calling upon the Lord, instead of doing your lessons, instead of watching your lessons, making your lessons, instead of and instead of praising the Lord, instead you're just going on vacation every day, or you're I'm not going to praise the Lord. I'm going to go and eat this buffet every single day. No, that's no. You can do nice things, and we always got to explain, because Jake will take things completely out of proportion, man. They'll say, I can never have anything nice. I'm gonna go sell my Xbox, and I'm gonna go sell my TV. I'm gonna just sit right here in this hole and twiddle my thumbs. Well, guess what, Jake? Maybe your thumbs are too much. Maybe you should cut them off. All right, that's a little bit too much outside entertainment, And I'm just fucking with you, because that's how Jake can bug out real quick on stuff like that. That's not what it's talking about, Jake. All right, but you don't want to love your Xbox so much that it takes place over the Lord. All right, you don't want to love your computer so much it takes place over the Lord. All right, at the end of the day, if any of us, Lord willing, we would, if they said, hey, if Yahweh Shai or one of his angels came down and said, hey, you're gonna come with the Lord, but you gotta smash in that screen in front of you, you gotta smash in those Xboxes or whatever, or burn everything up that you have, we would absolutely do it, Lord willing. Okay, that's what it's talking about. It's not like, oh no, I really like this computer, I can't do that, and it's holding you back from the Lord. All right, that's what it's all about. It's all about, is it holding you back from the Lord? Okay, is it holding you back from the Lord? Is it stopping you from doing your lessons? Is it stopping you from praying? Right? Think about it. Those things can be stumbling blocks to you. Okay, but money is the big one, man. Money is the big one. It's the heavy hitter. That's the one that everybody always gets a stumbling block on, because it's all about money. Hustle culture, right? And that's what it's all about. Because that's all Jake cares about, because you've been without something for so long that when you do get a taste of it, you start guzzling it down like a fucking glutton, man. It's like you giving it, it's just, but you can't do that. It's just like when they say when somebody's starving, they can't just start cramming food in their mouth, because it could actually hurt them. Okay, they got to eat bit by bit, and you got to work your way into that. Okay, so you can't just get a little taste of something and go completely overboard with it. Be thankful for what you do have, what the Lord has given you. Proverbs 3:13-14, it says, happy is the man, Salakia, let me start over, verse 13, Proverbs 3:13, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. So it being this truth, all right, this wisdom and this knowledge that we've been blessed with by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is what truly makes us happy. Because we could be out in the world, still being hood rats, all right, and still being, stupid and ignorant, all right, but instead we're in this truth, all right, and that's much better than gold, okay? That's much better than any type of riches you could get, because guess what? As we're going to get later in this lesson, you can't buy your way into the chariots when destruction is coming. Or you can't buy a ticket to salvation. That's not how it works. What's a fucking stupid dollar bill with an Edomite on it going to do for the Lord? Well, you could offer it to the Lord. What is he going? What do you want with it? Okay, you realize that only means something here. Okay, that only means something here. Well, what if it's a block of gold? I could give the Lord a block of gold. What does he want with a block of gold? It's his gold anyway that you took from him. All right. And even if it's our gold in the first place, Jake. All right, I'm gonna buy gold, and what you're gonna buy? What you're gonna give the Lord gold? You realize how much gold he already could have and has, and is gonna get back anyway. He doesn't need your little block of tiny little gold. All right, that's like offering someone a single pea for dinner. What the hell is this gonna do? What is this doing for me? I don't need this. Get it away from me. I take it more as an insult. Get away. Right? So that's. Jake just don't get it, man. It's not. Life is not about money, man. It's not about money, and that's one thing you need to learn. And is money nice? Yeah, money's nice. You can go do nice things with your wife. You can go out, eat some nice food, right? And go out to a movie. Yeah, we like those things. We do enjoy those things, but that's not the meaning of life. That's not the purpose of life. That's not better than this truth. All right, that's not better than this truth. It's not. Okay. Again, in verse 14, Proverbs 3:14, it says, "For the merchandise of what is it? Wisdom." Okay, and understanding that who we get blessed with, who blessed us with that knowledge? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, he's the reason we have this knowledge and this understanding, right? And this wisdom. It says, "For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold." You're not going to be able to use silver or gold to buy yourself into the kingdom. You're not going to be able to buy yourself a first class ticket on the chariot when shit's going down. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it, man. You will not be able to do it. So, I'm going to get Isaiah 33:6. Okay, it's probably going to end up being about a 30-minute lesson, which is good, I like to have it around, like the 44, 45-minute mark usually, but got to get back on that work today, unfortunately. So, going back to work. So, I'll do that so, I ain't too late or anything like that, unfortunately. And plus, I pretty much reached the point through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, of course. So, credit where credit's due. So Isaiah 33:6 says, "In wisdom and knowledge," we just talked about wisdom, right? And understanding. "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." And so really the Lord is the stability of thy time, because who's giving us this knowledge and this wisdom? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So this wisdom and knowledge is going to guide us, but by that mean, who's the one who's really guiding us? All right, it's the wisdom and knowledge through who? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, so that's going to be the stability of our time, not no money. It doesn't say that dollar bills are going to be the stability of the time. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say rubies and gold is going to be the stability of thy time. No, it doesn't say that. It says wisdom and knowledge, which are given to you by who? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Those are the stability of thy time, right? So let's read it again. Isaiah 33:6. It says, "In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." There you go. Finally, we're going to get Proverbs 11:4 through verse 6, and then we're going to go ahead and close out. All right? It says, Proverbs 11:4 through verse 6. It says, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death." We got to get that one again. One more time. Riches, money, gold, silver, right? Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. You can't buy righteousness. It says, "The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver him, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness." Okay? There you go. So riches aren't going to profit you any, Jake, in these end days. You're not going to be able to buy your way out. If that was the case, Esau could buy his way into the kingdom. And he can't. He can't, because it's not about money. It's about righteousness. It's about discipline. It's about having this truth. It's about calling upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and being a part of this truth and being an Israelite and most notably being a part of the 1/3, the elect. Okay, it's not about money. Okay, so don't be so obsessed with money that you lose your path in this truth and you start straying off to some bushy ass, branchy ass path. All right, that's completely, here it is, this path at the end, you see gold and you're going, oh, what's this? There's darkness over here, but what is this? Money. This whole path has money on it, man. It's gonna get you fucked up. You don't want that. Don't be so obsessed with money that you lose your path, Jake. With that, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.